Alrighty. First alert. Some of my old subscribers might remember this. Baycrest, sold by the Hudson's Bay. Looks kind of like a John Deere, and it's as husky as a John Deere too, so I'm not sure. I put the chains on it. I didn't remember that. The owner told me that. It was a nice gift, eh? So these are children of a friend of mine that I go to Mexico with and stuff. And he says it won't drive it forward. The auger works, and last time I fixed the auger. So let's just get that cover off of there. There. And there. And we'll have a look at the belts. Now I would start it for you, but it's an 8-horse manual flathead. And that takes a lot of yanking. Does not have an electric start. That's most snowblowers these days that are over, well, even the little ones, even the 4 horsepowers have electric start. So let's just have a look at the got a flashlight, maybe. Yeah, just a light our way. Follow the light, Bruce. We're in reverse. It was exciting, eh? Yeah, so the auger works good, that throws the snow. This might tell us a lot right now. Oh, there we go. No, I'm not taking the chute off. It's got to just tilt. There we go. Snowblowers are actually 3 different units, right? You've got an engine, which every small engine piece of equipment has. You've got a transmission that drives the wheels, which is the first set of pulleys. And then you've got a second set of pulleys that drives the auger. So it's a 3-system deal. So I just wanted to show you this again. This belt runs the auger, which does that, because it's in the front, right? And then there's a second set of belts that permanently turns on that little idle gear where it's run on a spring, and it's okay. So now we have to tilt the whole snowblower up on its nose. You'll see that. We'll back you up, and you can have a good look at that. Excuse me. Hang on. I'll be there. If all is right, I should be able to just tilt this on its nose without it falling over. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be okay. So now we're going to take this back plate. Oh, that's right. I remember. I made this cover, and I spray painted it green. And I spray painted it John Deere green. It's funny, I went to the video of this, although I might have been scooting through it, and I went to the video of this snowblower, right? And it's been so long, it came in here and it had no inspection plate. So let's see what we got. Well, that's a pretty nice job I did there. It was 2014, right? 2014 or 2016? Okay, let's see what we got. Friction plate looks okay. Okay, we need the other flashlight. Where did it go? I'll be right back, guys. Alright, here we are looking into the transmission now. And this bottom disc turns, and this disc is connected to the wheel. So I'm going to rotate the wheels and you'll see this turn. Right? It's a little lopsided too. I'm not worried about that so much. But it's not rubbing against this disc hard enough. It's a little worn. It's a little worn. But not bad. So I'm just going to tighten up the length of this rod here. And what I've seen happen on snowblowers is when they get old, this curve changes, right? And it's loosened off just by the handlebars changing shape. But I've got about, what, 3 threads there to squeeze that together. And we'll see if that tightens it up. We need to know who made it, not Baycrest. What I'm going to do is just some old guy stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, so there's the wheel. It turns right when you turn this. I'm sorry. Okay, wheel's turning. And I don't know how much of this you got, so I'm going to just show you this again. We're taking off some of the super smooth spots of that wheel so that it'll grip. That's better. Look at how much that looks nice, eh? So we're getting there. So I'm just going to keep fiddling around until I'm happy. Okay, I'm going to just adjust, I'm going to shorten this lever up here and see if that saves us. Okay, with any luck at all, I should be able to just thread that in there. Yes. So now when I get things centered, I'm going to mark, I don't want it to go any further than about there. Yeah, that's where our new threads are. Come on! So that's how much I cut off. So come with me. I took this much off of this rod on this side, and then I added about an inch and a quarter of thread. And I bet you those 2 rods are close to touching again, eh? Now, well, I guess we'll have to put you on the chair, and all the tools are on the chair. I don't know if you can see. Maybe a further back shot will work. Yeah, that might. Can you see the handle? And I'm squishing, let's see, right? Oh, we'll go up a little bit. There it is. So I'll show you this. We rotate the tires, and then when I squeeze the handle, it stops. Watch, can you see the tires? Okay. Let's do this. Trying to do too many things at once. Okay. No, it's not. Good. It's just, I didn't honk on that. I'm just going to get a little 3/8 wrench. Have you guys ever heard of gray tools down in the States? They're like a snap-on quality. Okay, let's turn this baby back over on its legs and see if it does the thing we want it to do. I wonder if it'll start or if it's all full of oil. Push it. 3/4 quarters, throttle, choke, low speed. Good go, it's just flooded, right? I can't even believe it started because there was literally no fuel in it. Now we've got one other problem with this one, and that's a leaky carburetor, right? But it might just be a dirty needle and seat. So what I'm trying to do now is get my rag out of there. Make sure we got the whole thing. I was wiping the bottom of the tank to see how dirty it was. It's not that bad, actually. No, it's fine. They have a screen in them too, right? And it has a shut-off, which is good. Oh my gosh, my little chair, look at that. It's become a bench. Okay, let's give it a drink. How much is that? Third of a tank, that's enough. Okay, now we're going to prime it till it squirts out fuel. There it is. See that? That's normal. That's old machine normal, guys. Now we're going to start it up. We'll open a door. And just let me clean up a little bit. Alright, we primed it until the carb leaked. You know how old machines do that. So now it should start. Might be flooded too, right? Make sure we're not in gear. It's gonna fire. No choke. Okay, not bad for an old machine. I think I'm going to have to take this bar off again, take another 1/4 of an inch out of it, and then put it back in again because I think I need more adjustment yet. I think those two rods have touched each other again. Okay, my friends, we're not quite done on the adjustments on the green snowblower. Baycrest. I took this much off. And we still ended up with the two rods touching each other inside that turnbuckle. So I'm going to take another 3/8 of an inch off here, just because it'll give us more adjustment. It doesn't really matter now because, okay, what happens was on the snowblowers, as you push down on the handlebars to lift up the front, they gradually bend down. It's the length of the handle to the base. And you push down on it, and after 30 years of pushing down on it, there's nothing left. So now, I've just got to make sure we're going to create some sparks here, so we should be all right. And we're going to cut this guy off again. Now I'm just going to use this bolt to see if we can start the turnbuckle. We're on the old threads now. So it's working over there, it's just not working good enough, right? And then as soon as we, yeah, that's gonna work good. As soon as we get this in, we got a leaky carburetor to deal with over there too, I think. And we'll take that right to the back of the threads. Take this over to the machine and just stick it on. And it's almost like it's changing. The more I tighten this up, the more this is pulling down like that. But if you look at, there's about an inch that I'd love to lift up on that. Especially on this other side. Both sides, actually. So I'm just going to tinker with this for a short period of time, not a long period of time. I need something to tuck up under here that's just the right length. Ooh, yeah! I did not plan this. And that's okay. So I'm going to set that in there like that. We're going to use my walking stick thing. I'm going to stick this in here like this. Right? Put some weight on there. Like that. There's now weight pulling up on the handles. And then I'm going to tighten those bolts down here if I can. There and there. Loosen them and then tighten them. Because it feels like the adjustment is changing. Let's get a little light on the subject. So I'm going to get a few tools and I'll be right back. Alright, so I tighten with the weight on the handles on my little ladder there. I loosened and then tightened these up here and exactly the same on the other side. Right there and there. And I'll be able to tell by pushing it forward and pulling it backwards if there's an earlier engagement in this lever here. Oh yeah. Still a little flex in it. Okay, let's see how much room we've got in the base of that, right there. Oh, we've only got that much, see? Right there. And over here, that's all we got left there. So the two are hitting. So I'm going to cut a little bit off of this one so we can move the adjustment nut up to about there. And that should give me the adjustment I need. So over to the vise. First of all, I'm going to make sure that this is easily threaded in. Because those are new threads that I used with my, oh yeah, there we go, see? I should have counted how many turns. So I'll be right back. Okay, I've cut this off, I've ground it, we can still spin the bolt. And now I'm going to only leave about half the distance that was on there before right there. Giving me at least another, I don't know, just under 1/4 of an inch more pull on that lever. Thanks. I'll show you when I'm done. So we shortened this distance by about 3/16, eh? We made this rod shorter, which makes this lift tighter. So I want to show you something now. We're going to start it up. I might get in front of you for a bit. Go backwards. So that's the last adjustment. So we're back on the Baycrest, right? Remember that? And if it has a leaking carburetor, it's so small. I'm just going to take the cover off the carburetor and clean the jet on the float and put it back together again. It might even be from when the owner does the primer, right? That's when it leaks too. So, although it does leak pretty fast, so that tells me that the bowl is full. So here we go. We're going to just take this cover off of here. Nothing's easy. You got to go into it with a feeling of satisfaction, right? Normally I like the long levers, but you guys probably can't see over here. There we go. The primer hose, which is usually, it gets shorter and shorter over time. Hey, love. Why won't that come? I'm just going to pull it off. Yeah, that's wet. But I'm not going to get nervous. We'll turn this off. Now this is an old machine, right? We're going to be gentle and we're not going to be doing gaskets and all kinds of stuff except for the bowl gasket, which I can replace. That should stop. I tell you, the older I get, this is getting harder. Okay, where'd the needle go? There it is. Okay. No, it looks perfect. The float. So now I'm just going to clean the seat and we'll be away. This is the seat I took out of the carburetor. And if you look at it really close, it looks a little bit damaged. Right down here. You see that? So I'm going to put in a new seat. And I bet you that fixes it. And this is worth doing because it's a nice old snowblower. Okay, here we go. Now, I don't know if... it's running just fantastic, so I'm not even going to muck with this. I am going to put a new seal on the jet. And then we'll adjust it after. Okay, let's get that on there. 7/16. A little tricky stuff when you're doing it upside down, eh? Okay, bowl. Okay, let's turn on the gas. I checked the transmission out yesterday, right? All I got left to do is change the oil in the engine if it runs good. So strangely enough on this one, I don't have that much adjustment on the main jet. But the carburetor is, what, 41 years old? So it's probably been diddled so many times that it's just got no adjustment left. But it does run good. So I am going to move on. It's either, this is a young person's, under 40, a young person's snowblower. That's a son-in-law of a friend of mine, blah, blah, blah. And it's either, it's going to be a $260 job for this kid, or I can patch it together for 80 bucks. So I think, being as its age and everything, we're just going to leave that carburetor alone. We're not going to order a new one. We're not going to order an old one that's just as bad, probably. And the drive wheel is the drive friction disc is a little rough, but it's okay. It doesn't jump it around, and it's got lots of rubber left on it. So, it's old, and I have to confess I'm going to move forward. So I'm just going to put the covers on, and we'll come back. All right, this hole here, right there, was stripped out of the number 8 screw. There, I used a thread forming 3/8. Kind of like, I just had one in here. Kind of like that. So now, I just got to tighten these Phillips up in the front. And we should have, I think we're done except for changing the oil. It'll run for a few minutes and we'll use my magic oil changer. Okay, so here we are at the front on the gear section. It's been freshly greased, and I'm just going to check the worm gear and we'll have a look. I just push this in here and rotate it down and bring it back up. And it's got some sort of lubrication in there. That'll work. Now what I need is an 8-point socket. I've got those smaller 8-point sockets for the 3/8 and down, but I don't have the 8-point socket for the square. You gotta love it, eh? This is a J19LM. We're keeping that bad boy. Putting that back in. I just cleaned it up. Last job. Oil went up to here, from about there to there. Sorry, from about there to there. And I wiggled it around and it sucked and sucked. And she's done. So I'm just going to put some oil in it. I think it holds about 0.8 of a liter if I'm not mistaken, because I have this exact engine on my John Deere. Okay, let's check it. I put in about 700. It was a little bit shy of full, so I put in an extra 100 milliliters. Well, it's hard to tell. I'm going to put in a little tiny bit more because you guys know me, I'm crazy. So that's it. This is a 1975. It's 45 years old. Isn't that cool, guys? I guess we'll put this over here. Come on, baby. Too fun. Alright, my friends, furnace alert. So, we tapped and adjusted the traction lever. We greased the chassis. We did an oil change. We checked the plug. Reversed the shoe skids down there. New handle on the rope. Air in the tires. And new primer line. But the big one is this arm for adjusting the traction. And that's right there. I guess I can take these up now. I don't have to yell at you. So, Baycrest, second visit in 4 years. Other than spending $250 on it or more to make all of the drive components new, that's just not an option for this family. So we're going to just let it go. I really didn't spend any money on it except for oil and gas and grease and a little bit of shop time. So, and they're a young family, right? They're the age of my kids. So thanks a lot for watching this, and we'll see what's coming next. I'm not sure. Thanks.